Well, jury selection will resume today in former President Donald Trump's hush money trial.
This as Trump's lawyers want the judge to force adult film star Stormy Daniels to comply with the subpoena. Good Day's Robert Moses is live outside that courthouse in Lower Manhattan with more. Robert, good morning.
Tashani and Dan, good morning to you. This whole case centers around hush money payments made to Stormy Daniels. Prosecutors allege that former President Donald Trump falsified business records to cover up the true nature of those payments right during the heart of the 2016 campaign.
With 7 jurors already seated, jury selection resumes later this morning in former President Donald Trump's hush money trial. Judge Juan Merchan has said that if the proceedings continue at the same pace, he anticipates having the 12 jurors and 6 alternates chosen by the end of this week, so opening arguments can start Monday. Yesterday, visiting Pennsylvania, President Joe Biden took a dig at the former president's legal travails.
Under my predecessor, who's busy right now, Pennsylvania lost 275,000 jobs. I mean, let's look at the facts.
Even though the trial took yesterday off, developments continued. The former president's attorneys claimed that a process server they hired tried to serve Stormy Daniels with a subpoena before a screening of her film Stormy last month at the $3 Bill nightclub in Brooklyn, but she wouldn't take it and walked away, which they say is illustrated in this photo they included in a court filing. As a result, the server left the documents, quote, at her feet. The former president's attorneys want to compel Daniels, who is expected to testify, to turn over documents that could reveal information that might hurt her credibility. They want her to say how much, if anything, she was compensated for the film. The former president's attorneys suggest that she is trying to cash in on her status as a potential witness. They also want her to turn over any communications she has had with other potential witnesses, including the former president's longtime fixer Michael Cohen and former Playboy model Karen McDougal, who, like Daniels, alleges that she had an affair with Donald Trump. Former President Trump's attorneys also want Daniels to reveal any communications she has had with E. Jean Carroll, who recently won a defamation suit against him. Tomorrow, Merchan says he plans to hold a hearing about whether prosecutors can question the former president about his recent legal troubles, like the Carroll suit, as well as a $454+ million civil penalty if he testifies.
And the former president has said he plans to testify, but of course his lawyers could advise him otherwise. He has pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts. We're live outside the criminal courthouse this morning. Dan and Tashani, back to you.
It'll be a busy day. Okay, Robert, thank you very much. This morning